I could do that bad. I didn't get this from pawn shop, but I got this from a thrift store. Oh yeah, and I left out another one that I packed. I could go get it right now, but I have to go through a box of tapes. I really don't want to. I watched this recently, and this film is Killer or Journal of a Murder, starring James Woods. Fucking badass, very solid drama. If you're a fan of Shawshank Redemption, you probably like this movie. It's not the same type of movie, but James Woods delivers he knocks it out of the fucking park in this movie. It's got James Woods, Robert Sean Leonard in it, and it's directed by Tim Metcalf. But it's based on the true story of Killer, and I can't remember his name right now. But he's a guy who's been in and out of so many fucking prisons during his life. And there's really crazy stories. Like, there's really true... This is true stories, folks. There was a prison back in the old days that the warden, he had this weird way of trying to distill discipline. He would let the prisoners go outside. And then he eventually let James Woods' character go to the library, which is in a town across the street, which eventually ended up being a bad idea because he ended up raping the girl he hung out with, which is really... But it's not one of those sequences that is just in your face kind of rape. I don't like talking about rape. I side with Effrey. I side with Effrey 012 when it comes to rape sequences. You don't need to show it in depth and detail. You know, the aftermath is much more effective. And that's what he did there. And James Woods plays a crooked, twisted motherfucker, and he does it perfectly. I think he was cheated out of at least a fucking Oscar nomination for this movie. It was well reviewed. Kevin Thomas from the LA Times thinks he needed an Oscar caliber. He gave an Oscar caliber portrayal. And then Roger Ebert loved the movie. So, and Robert Sean Leonard from Dead Poets Society delivers a good role. God, shut the fuck up, you pussies! Please? God. Anyway, Killer Journal of a Murder. Very solid film. I highly recommend it, guys, if you're into, like, dramas, you know, and James Woods. I think it's one of his best performances, without a doubt. Next, well, it's not one of those movies that I risked my wallet for. The Mack. The Mack is a movie that stars Richard Pryor, Max Julien, and Roger E. Mosley. And basically the whole thing is they're doing the job the cops can't. Max Julien is the Mack, a sharp, smooth-talking hustler who's back on the streets after 5 years in prison. Richard Pryor, stir-crazy Silver Streak, is his sidekick, Slim, who uses his wit to survive the city, and Roger E. Mosley, unlawful entry, plays the Mack's brother. They've got the brains, the muscle, and the cool to take on the push-takers and push out the pushers. It takes a street fighter to clean up the streets. It takes Mack and his pack to do it right. Backed with raw power, the Mack takes an uncompromising look at the big city street life and survival. Don't miss the action, because the action never stops. I don't know what voice I was attempting to do there, but I hope it was entertaining. It's just 50 cents, you know, Richard Pryor, you know, something to do about the Mack. You know, that might be kind of interesting. On a fun watch. I got from the thrift store, Monty Python's Flying Circus Volume 7. I like the show better than any of the movies. There are some genuinely funny moments in the show. But it was 50 cents too, and then I left out Fire and Ice. I did get Fire and Ice. No, not Fire and Ice! And you turn a cold shoulder. No, not that. Pet Benatar song. The animated movie. Next is another movie I risked my wallet for. Don't know why. 50 cents. A movie called Sunset Heat. And look at the cast, folks. Michael Pare, Adam Ant, and Dennis Hopper in one movie? Damn! Basically, It's like a low, cheap jack kind of action thriller, you know, that I can't help to think that Adamant, it just looks gay as hell there. Yeah, Michael Pare and Adamant are best friends. Seriously? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't believe that. That's... Okay, that would be as if Robin Williams and Bruce Willis were best friends. I'm talking Robin Williams from The Birdcage and Bruce Willis is best friends. That's about as believable as that. Seriously. Just a cheap jack, probably, suspense thing, you know, through kind of action thriller. You want more close-up views of the boxes? Okay. Fucking Monty Python Flying Circus Volume 7. Alright? There you go. Be a little more closer in depth in your face here with this shit. Oh, flying back. Wow. There's the Mack. Oh, Mack! Killer, a Journal of a Murder. Yeah, I know that was a presidential thing. It's stuck in my head. Sorry. DNA. That creature does look fake as shit, but you know, the jungle is alive. Honeymoon. Ah, creepy skull. Ah, oh my god. Oh no, it's going to kill you. Ah, die. Your wedding day will end up being your death day. Ha ha ha. Just I have too much fucking free time on my hands. Next we got Treach and Love and a Bullet. And I'm curious about this movie because Treach, Love, Bullet. Because I've seen the trailer before, and it's got some. Looks like I had some good action sequences. You know, with the two. I always love these type of movies. With an action movie, the guy who pulls out two guns, as long you know, like. Looks like it has some good martial arts type moments in it too. You know, like Treach is like, you know, bam, bam. I like Blade inspired kind of fight moves. I'll tell you more about it when I see it. Love it both. Oh, up close. So we got for 50 cents, Posse. Shiny. Posse is basically Barry Van Peebles' take on possibly some sort of Young Guns type of movie. But it's more about black African American outlaws. And I've heard a lot about it. It's got a crazy cast. Barry Van Peebles, Stephen Baldwin, Billy Zane, Tommy Tiny Lister, Big Daddy Kane, yes, the rapper Big Daddy Kane. Charles Lane, Tone Loc, yes, the rapper Tone Loc. Sally Richardson, Blair Underwood, Richard Gant, Reginald Bell Johnson. Also directed by Marion Van Peebles. So, I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I thought I'd give it a watch. Posse. Next we got a movie that is, I've heard it's incredibly kind of hard to find. DVD. Good luck finding old Touchdown Pictures DVDs. It's a curiosity because my dad used to have this movie a long time ago. I've heard it's one of the worst movies ever made, but here we go. The Jerky Boys. The movie. Yeah. Comic Dynamos. The Jerky Boys. Sizzling soundtracks. The Jerky Boys. It was 50 cents, folks. You know, they were just a couple of losers from Queens until they dialed the wrong number and got the mob. I haven't heard that idea before. Hold the phone. Here's the first big screen adventure from the hot comedy recording artists between the two platinum albums of Jerky Boys. You've heard their outrageous prank calls on their smash hit CDs. Alan Arkin as a mob boss, folks. The same guy who played Peavy in The Rocketeer is a mob boss. No, I mean, it looks like it might be just a fun waste of time. I've heard people like this movie. I I haven't heard of the Jerky Boys because, frankly, this was in 1990. Where the fuck is the date on this thing? Oh, come on. I always hated about these fucking Touchstone VHS tapes. They never tell you what the fucking date is. My God, look at the executive producers for this movie. Tony Danza and Emilio Estevez. This has got to be some kind of comedy epic that Tony Danza and Emilio Estevez produced that movie.